You believe that there is another, the machinations for another partition are afoot to try and split this country further and shrink, what is erstwhile Bharat or Hindustan further. That's what you are saying, and there are forces which are afoot. No matter how long it takes, they are going to continue their work, and this work is happening at different corners of the country. So be it on the south, be it on the west, be it on the north, or be it on the east. But Ratan Sharda ji, my larger question is, the call for an internal strike happened. There is a strike which is happening, a rounding up of radicals are happened, but these radicals were trying to spread vitriol on social media. These people are members of groups which have more than 200 to 500 people. The Rajasthan police is on record saying that at least 250 to 300 people are already highly radicalized and they are active pan-India, of which nearly 200 are present only in Uttar Pradesh itself. So is 48 people in 48 hours across 6 states enough? Or is this just the tip of the iceberg?
Anand, first of all, I compliment you for following up this radicalization and terror creating modules in India for a long time on our programs. And also the two ex-police officers who have actually given the complete backgrounder, and you have given the complete history about what is happening and what might happen. To my mind, the issue is that 48 number is very small, first of all, because that would be number, if you were to actually strike hard, would be found even in Kerala not enough. What are the roots? Why did radicalization spread? Because there are people who in the name of secularism have kept on egging on these forces, kept on supporting these forces overtly, covertly. So they have been encouraged. The first example of ISI style of killing was in 2003 in Marad beach attack, when 8 Hindu fishermen of backward caste, scheduled tribe were butchered in the early morning on the beach of Marad. And then we have seen that bomb explosion in Coimbatore, again conducted with base in Kerala. But both the cases, these people are supported by the left, by the Islamic groups and by the secular parties. For example, this particular case, there was Indian Muslim League involved, a National Democratic Front involved, People's Democratic Party (PDP) involved, and this I'm speaking from Justice Thomas report based on police report. If that is so, how does it matter whether NDF becomes SIMI or SIMI becomes PFI? How does it matter that Razakars become AIMIM? How does it matter that Khaksars had converted to Muslim League? So these are just formatting and transforming into new names, but ultimate aim of Darul Islam and ultimate aim of having caliphate in India, as one pointed out, this kind of daydreaming and this kind of mythical ummah approach that we are global ummah and we have no loyalty to any country. This is the undoing of this country. And we must stop this wherever we are or wherever they are, because you cannot pester them, you cannot play with their victim card and try to win over them, because victim cards are the same ummah and same kind of jihadis has been differently played in different countries. Every society has different victim card, but it doesn't work that way. So we have to very firmly expose these people and be very, as the officer pointed out, very firm law and order situation. It cannot be treated as some religious tolerance issue, because de-radicalization was tried in UK for 30 years. Where have they reached? De-radicalization will succeed only if Muslim society from itself, from modern educated Muslims, if they decide enough is enough, we will not allow these Maulanas to play with our future and play with our society. Only then the society will change. Because these poor, ignorant Muslims are in thrall of Maulvis and Maulanas who have played with their emotions and kept on trying to radicalize them, give them worse kind of horror stories, to frighten them and keep them captive in the 7th century ideology. While modern Muslim has to come out, moderate Muslim has to come out and say enough is enough. We will not be cowed down by these Maulanas and Maulvis. We follow religion, but we will not follow their diktats. That is the only way, because outsiders cannot reform, and unless they reform, these things will keep on happening as they are happening world over. Unfortunately, in our case, all these cases are then put into secularism versus communalism. They are put into some kind of victim card playhood and trying to say that the Indian government is fascist and whatnot. Remember, the biggest terror attacks took place during the very secular government.
Yeah.
And under the so-called communal government, There have been no serious terror attack. So once we understand the psyche, we'll be able to control it.
But the fact, like you said, has to come the resistance or the need to ensure that these people are cut down and the radicals are not given any fodder or any place to flourish, has to come from within. And it is the moderate Muslims who have to speak up. The majority has to, among the Muslim society in our country, has to speak up. Plus, there has to be a serious program against radicalization, against identifying radicals and radical elements. Gopalji wanted to say something, and then I'll come to you, Syed Asad Abbas. Yes, Gopalji.
I want to say, today Maulanas and Maulvis may not be playing that dominant role as it used to happen in the 90s. Today, the social media has taken over.
Yeah.
The young Muslim youth who get influenced through this social media, I think that is a very, very important factor. And I think the counter-terror agencies, the intelligence agencies are fully aware of this fact. Because today's technology is able to spread radicalization much faster than what teachings take place in the madrasas. That is number one. Number two is that unless the government acts very strongly, see, because we have certain laws, and those laws, when applied, they go through our own criminal justice system, which take a very, very long time. When America was attacked, they amended the law. When UK was attacked, they amended the law. They came down very heavily and firmly on, not that I'm not Muslims to do this, but a very, very small section of Muslims. Majority of the Muslims to whom I have interacted, I have interrogated, I have spoken to, have been extraordinarily good as regards nationalism is concerned.
Correct.
But only the small deviant Muslims, those need to be identified, put in place, and they need to be de-radicalized. I think that is the biggest challenge that we have.
But the